even though I thought she had a beautiful voice and I thought it was an excellent night.
But moments later, he started to rub my back continuously, which I was not comfortable with.
It was a beautiful view, both landscape and earth.
A person from his family commented and said they believe it was wrong and have been trying to get him help for a long time.
A second person has now come forward about Rodger Cleye, and this person was one of his live moderators that was also a young woman.
No one else was in there, and who knows what could have happened.
Rodger Cleye is a TikTok influencer with over 3.1 million followers, which it seems that he has deleted his TikTok considering the backlash he's been receiving for what I'm about to tell you. But that's okay because he has a backup. He has his Instagram. And over on his Instagram, he's posting the same content he was posting on his TikTok, which, if you don't know, he would post these karaoke style videos where he would just sing popular songs or songs that were requested, and people would take these and create these POV style TikToks out of them with little captions, and it became a very meme worthy thing. And that's how he grew his following. But things began to get pretty creepy when he started doing live streams saying that he was looking for someone to go watch a Taylor Swift show with him. He had an extra ticket. And specifically, it said, I need a date for Taylor Swift on August 3rd in Los Angeles. DM me if interested. Now, it's important to keep in mind that this man is 58 years old, and his viewer base is majorly young women, and he knows this because he follows over 6,731 people on his Instagram account, and who knows how many more on his TikTok. There's no way I can look at it because he deleted it. But if you go to his Instagram, you can see where he has followed a bunch of women back. And while being 58 and dating a 19-year-old isn't against the law, it is still very creepy, and especially wrong if they're using their influence and their status on a platform or wherever it may be to lure people in and use the glamour to subtly get your way into a relationship without the other person really knowing what is happening. And given the context of everything I know, which I'm going to share with you, he seems to follow a lot of women's accounts that follow him, and women specifically. Now, I can understand following people back if you were following everybody that was following you back, or just people you knew, but just following these random fans that you don't know on your Instagram account, it's kind of sus. And you might be asking yourself, well, he's just following people. It's okay. Who cares, you know? Well, it's going to make more sense to you after we get further into the story. A TikToker named Cool and Disabled created this really cool PowerPoint that gives a lot of information about what's going on, and she also has a lot more videos on this if you'd like to go check out her page to maybe get a better understanding or find some information out maybe I didn't give here. But in that PowerPoint, she puts that Rodger talked about going to see a girl and that he liked her while he was on a live stream, and he wouldn't say who she was at first. He would not give her TikTok, but then eventually said her name was Olivia. So let's rewind a little bit and go back to the Taylor Swift concert tickets. That's how he baits in Olivia, and eventually he flies out to her. And Olivia explains this story on her TikTok. Let's take a look. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet and you're enjoying this content, hit the subscribe button. We're almost to 4K. Thank you.
My name is Olivia McCraw, and I'm 19 years old. Late last week, I randomly joined Rodger Cleye's live and saw he was making someone go to the Taylor Swift concert, or he was asking someone, I was jokingly wanting to go since I would have not been able to go regardless because of my location and work. Rodger had reached out to me and conveyed that I was beautiful, and if it wasn't for his daughter last minute, the person he chose would have been me.
Oh, and he has a daughter, by the way, who is around the same age as Olivia.
He revealed to me that he was a frequent flyer for work and he wanted to come see me.
The old I frequently fly for work trick. I'm just going to happen to be in your area. I'll just have you stop by, or we can meet up for dinner or something.
I was mutually attentive, and I agreed for him to come see me and added that we could sing together. He said that he would love that, as well as I would. Plus, a fancy dinner to where we could dress up. I was for it.
So Olivia is thinking that she's going to be meeting this man and doing a duet with him on his TikTok, which is like 3.1 million something followers. She's like, oh my God, I love to sing. Maybe this is my chance. Maybe this is what I've been looking for. You know, I get to share my voice and my love and my passion for singing, right? Wrong. Sadly, Rodger, knowing he has this power dynamic, decides he's going to use it. This 58-year-old man is going to fly to meet a 19-year-old girl, which isn't illegal, by the way. None of this of which he is doing is illegal, but it's wrong because he's taking advantage of the people that look up to him and using his power in a negative way. He's manipulating people.
The day after the concert, he flew to my hometown. I had made him aware I couldn't make it to him since I needed to hit the gym. I went to his hotel where he was currently at and let him know I was really hungry after the gym. We had gone to Texas Roadhouse to eat. In the midst of conversation, he made me aware that he had a vasectomy. He was very loud, and it was made clear that people had heard him.
Now, this is where it gets really creepy because he had no reason to be announcing that. The only reason why I can think he would do that is because he only had one thing in mind, and that was getting with this girl.
We went back, and I said I had wanted to get my guitar to sing for this amazing opportunity. He asked if he could go, and I let him. We got to my house, and as we arrived, he wanted to take a picture of my beautiful backyard and asked me to get in the picture. I accepted, but didn't know it would be posted.
And this is the picture that she was talking about. This picture actually came out after the live stream they had together. During the live stream, they were sitting super close together. So people were like, are these two dating? What's going on here? And then this picture came out after. And that's when people started looking into the situation and finding a bunch of stuff about it, asking her questions, asking him questions. And then all of this stuff came forth.
When we got back to do the live stream together, I was excited. He went to the bathroom with the door wide open.
Now, why in the world would he want to go to the bathroom with the door wide open? Can you think of a reason why? And then this next part is super creepy.
And I stood there as his phone lit up. It was a very close-up picture of myself, which had weirded me out a little bit. And this was a picture of me as his background.
So they literally just met, and she was the background picture of his phone. That's creepy. Like, at that point, if I was in that situation and somebody had me as their background picture of their phone and we just met and I wasn't even thinking of anything relationship-wise, I was just there for, for a business thing or something like that. It's like, why am I the picture of your background? And then if you were in that position after experiencing everything that had just happened with him saying that at dinner, him doing the thing with the door open, taking the pictures, it would creep me out like extremely bad. It'd make me feel uncomfortable. But then I would feel stuck. Like I would have to be there because I'm in this hotel room alone with him. Or maybe I would be playing things in my head saying, oh, I'm just overthinking it. It's not a big deal. This isn't crazy or anything. He's just trying to be my friend. Maybe he's just like a real fan of me or something, of my singing. I don't know.
But I went on with it until the live started. When we went live, there was a ton of confusion as to who I was. People asking if I was his daughter or if I was his girlfriend. While we were singing, we had to get a little closer to make sure we fit in the camera. But moments later, he started to rub my back continuously, which I was not comfortable with. Eventually, I scooted away from him, but that did not help anyways, so he continued.
But when Rodger is addressed on this, he doesn't say anything about the back rubbing, the pictures, none of that, nothing about the relationship on a live stream he was on. He just says that they needed a hotel for good lighting and that they had to get close together for a profile view on TikTok.
The hotel thing, yes. We needed a place to sing with good lighting. We sat in a hotel, propped up our gear, and sat in chairs that were squished together so we could fit a profile view. That is what happened.
And in Rodger's reality, he's framing it in a way that he was just wanting to sing with somebody, and she just happened to be under 21. And that it's taboo, and it's not his fault. And now he's being picked on for it and receiving backlash.
I don't know. Apparently not. And it's also very taboo to sing with anybody under the age of 21. Sing with somebody under 21, that's just grounds for imprisonment.
But later on in some text messages, he would ask her, by the way, did you enjoy it when I rubbed your back? She said, it is sad to see talent go unnoticed. Sometimes I've been thinking about, especially when you work on it hard since birth. He said, my intent was to relax you. Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was, with an extra side of some other intents.
After the live ended, he gave me his poems he wrote and he tried to kiss me. At the time, since I was alone and I felt obligated, I did so back because no one else was in there and who knows what could have happened. I almost made myself sick.
So after the live stream, he confesses his love, basically, and tries to romance her and kiss her, and she feels forced into it because she's alone with this 58-year-old man, a 19-year-old girl alone with a 58-year-old man in a hotel room. You know, anything could happen. And you can't forget the power dynamic here. She feels influenced by this influencer to kiss. There's all kinds of things that happens to the brain whenever you're in that type of situation with somebody that has more power than you. It's something that can just take you over.
After I went home and let him know I could not do this with all the hatred and continue to sing with or entertain him with the discomfort I was feeling, he understood until the next morning, where he put the blame on me. He told me I had abandoned him, that I was supposed to see Barbie with him, the movie. I told him again I couldn't do it with the way I was feeling. He continued to pursue me after this hate. Some mornings I would wake up with 45 messages, a video of him singing in the bathtub. I had asked him why his moderators were all women, and he said because women don't work for free, which I found very sexist. I even went live one night after feeling horrible about the situation and wanted to talk. I had 8 people on there. I sang one song, Amazing Grace, for a sweet older woman. He messaged me shortly after and asked if I was happy with the spotlight. I gave my side as that I had been upset and needed some folks to talk to. Nothing wrong with singing to 8 people. He said it was, in quote, disturbing how happy I was. I was happy to have a few select people that cared. He later called me a predator on another account that had reached out to him and called me a manipulative little girl. A person from his family commented and said they believe it was wrong and have been trying to get him help for a long time. I'm Olivia McCraw, and I'm telling my truth, and I hope that you hear it and are wise with all of your actions. This is just bringing awareness to the situation, and you should never feel afraid to share your truth. Thank you, and I hope you guys hear this.
And she has receipts for everything that she's talking about here, because she goes on to release a video on her TikTok showing messages between her and Rodger. We're going to kind of speed run through these, but these are the messages when they first meet, and then these are the messages where things start to get a little crazy. And feel free to pause and read any of these, but you can see that everything that she was talking about is here. It's in these text messages. Now, Rodger does make a response on his Instagram to all of this, which he inevitably deletes, like people in these situations always do. And it reads, "Attention, you should be ashamed of yourself. Last night I went live with a talented 21-year-old musician and singer. We sang to you. We sang for you. We sang in a well-lit hotel room and sat in business chairs. We sang in portrait mode for viewer convenience. The chairs were close to fit us both in the video. Then rumors. She's his 19-year-old girlfriend. What WTF? Some sick F dug up a post of her graduation year but failed to imagine that people graduate at different ages for various good reasons. Singing is not a crime at any age." So he's trying to frame this in a way that he was just singing with her. And what he fails to mention is that he went back and liked some of her photos when she was a minor, which is pretty creepy. And he tried to play it off like she was 21 to make it not sound so bad, but he knew that she was 19. Now, Rodger decided to defend himself in some comments, and this is what he had to say. "She posed as a 21-year-old. I have confirmation text. I haven't seen those texts. Does anyone know where those text messages are? Because I haven't seen them. But I've seen all these other text messages, so it's like, release the text. I'd love to see that. She also failed to mention that she had already had 2 children before the age of 18, as explained below. She has deleted the proof video upon reading Sarah's comment. She cannot, however, delete the truth. She is extremely manipulative and attention-seeking. I hope she receives therapy. But we have clear evidence of you being a crazy old man. We do have that. Also, I'm confused why he mentioned anything about kids, because what does that even matter? What's it matter if she had kids or not? Like, why do you care? What's the point in that? I actually found the TikTok where Olivia is confirming that she does not have kids and she's still in college. Anyways, let's move on for the kids thing. It's weird. It just makes me mad because this guy's just like throwing out anything to grab onto to make it seem truthful. And I hate this. I hate that kind of stuff. He goes on to say, before the visit, she was extremely flirtatious with catfish phrases in the lives before I agreed to go visit her. Many saw this. Her actions are deplorable. Her obsessive posting validates her extreme desire to become, and I don't know what else it was going to say there, maybe famous or something. And in her response to TikTok, she says, my age was known, and no matter how old you are, those actions are not okay. I've made 2 videos, that's all. There's no confirmation on text messages, so I would love to see it. Would also love to see the catfish phrases I have used. I'd love to see it too, because frankly, all I've seen from you, Rodger, is this weird post on your Instagram, which you have pinned, which is clearly targeted towards Olivia, but it doesn't say Olivia's name. Well, it kind of does. It says Olivia's first name, but not her last name. And the song you chose for this Instagram post that you pinned to the top so everyone could see, it's a very interesting choice of words.
Oh, bloodsucker, fame funker, bleeding me dry like a goddamn vampire.
So it's clear that this narcissistic influencer thinks that it's her fault that all this happened and that she is the reason why he's now losing his career. It's funny how these people never reflect and think that maybe they are the problem and, grow from that. Yeah, very, very weird. And listen to this response on why he doesn't want to duet with older people. Why did he specifically go after a younger person for this?
Because not everybody my age sings as well as younger people. That's why.
There was one point where I guess he was really upset about the whole situation, and he goes live on TikTok and doesn't say anything the whole time. The only time he ever says anything is when he's trying to sell his merch. One user on TikTok said he for real went live last night for like an hour and just sat there reading comments, not speaking, except twice when he said, get your Rodger merch. He's just sitting there reading comments and he just randomly like, get your Rodger merch. And just goes back to being silent, not saying anything the whole time. It's just really weird and bizarre behavior. And this bizarre behavior is a pattern for him. It's like, God dang, talk about showing your true colors, man. Like, when someone's under pressure, that's usually when they really start showing who they are. And usually when one person comes forward, it encourages another person to come forward. And that's what happened, because Rodger's moderator came forward and actually contacted and disabled the creator that created the PowerPoint about Rodger explaining everything. The moderator contacted her, and this is what she said.
He was using his power to manipulate people, and he was abusing it. As we've seen in other screenshots, Rodger himself said that he only has women moderators because, quote, men don't work for free. So beyond that troubling dynamic off the start, she goes on to tell me that as this whole controversy was unfolding, Rodger started to confide in her, and it just got to be too much. And she really felt like she needed to come forward. As she described in her message to me, she felt, very stuck and obliged in this situation. She wasn't quite sure what to do or how to respond to these things because this is someone that she looked up to and she was essentially working for. And unsurprisingly, he's in the midst of this controversy trying to pull a very similar stunt and offered to travel to this moderator's hometown so that they can sing. I think I'm gathering from this. You'll see in the next messages it gets a little bit weirder. She told me that she wasn't quite sure how to respond to these. She's just trying to laugh it off in the moment. She just wanted to put that disclaimer out there for her responses. But you can see right here, Rodger is referencing Olivia. So this is in the midst of this controversy. He's talking about the scandal with Olivia to his moderator. And this reference here is because Olivia, wasn't planning for his visit, really, and she had to go to the gym on the day he flew in. Rightfully so. Go off, girl boss. And, he took that nice little dig there. Weird choice. And then this message that says, "But want to swim in your wit." I don't know. I get it. I don't really want to fully get it. And then in those Reddit messages, she described some of these audio calls here with him, that they were very scrambled and very flustered feeling. She wasn't quite sure what to do. And you can see here he's talking to her about how she should handle this situation and help him. And here's one of my favorites. This is Rodger asking one of his moderators to create a new account by the name of Henry to be a moderator so that he can no longer be accused of only having female mods.
So if you needed a little bit more proof and a little bit more of a pattern to believe that he could possibly be manipulating these women on his platform using his influence, I think that's pretty good evidence right there. And it's crazy that he's jumping right back into it. Like, he obviously does this a lot, it looks like, and he doesn't care. He's just going all in and even taking jabs at other people that he tried to get but was unsuccessful to get. Anyways, that's going to be it for me on this topic. Watch out for weirdos and creepos out there on the internet. Don't go talking to random people, okay? Don't go talking to your favorite influencers and stuff like that. Be careful, because I'm just telling you, there's some weird people out there and you don't want to get caught in a bad situation. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this situation. Really, really weird. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And if you want to become a Patreon and get your name at the end of my videos, check the description down below for a link to that. By the way, I want to know what do you guys think about the new setup? We got the new camera angle. We got using a little bit of a better camera. It's not a webcam, definitely better. And then I got this monitor set up with these. Ooh, I love the way these green leaves look on this monitor. It's really cool. I love how it looks in the camera. And then I got my pothos. Am I saying that right? Pothos? I got a pothos here. I got a bunch of plants in my house now, but one day I will have them in frame so you can experience the plants with me. It'd be real cool. Anyways, I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for watching this video. If you made it all the way to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.